yesterday we played Sean Hannity going after Glenn Beck for you. He's mad that he doesn't like Trump. He said he's going to blame him if Hillary Clinton wins. Well, today, Beck and company responded.
However, there's a couple of things that I do have to correct on this, and I want you to know it. First of all, the only one that is going to be responsible for Trump winning or Trump losing is Donald Trump. Donald Trump clearly came out at the very beginning. He said he doesn't need, nor does he want people like me. His strategy was, I'm going to reach out and I'm going to bring all kinds of new people who don't want to vote for Hillary Clinton, and I'm going to bring over those people who are voting for Bernie Sanders. The only one to blame is Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump.
For example, Glenn, is it never Trump's fault that currently in Pennsylvania, Hillary Clinton has 36 field offices and Trump has 2? Is it never Trump's fault that in North Carolina, Clinton has 30 field offices and Trump has 0? Is it never Trump's fault that
he's so upset he hasn't been able to attend to the business?
Oh, really?
Campaign. Yeah.
Oh, in New Hampshire, 17 for Clinton, 1 for Trump. In Florida, Clinton has 34 field offices, Trump has 1.
Wow.
Is that the fault of never Trump? Are we influencing him so much he's refusing to open up field offices in swing states?
So who's right? Glenn Beck or Sean Hannity? Ugh. That's like having to pick between, I don't know, having all your teeth punched out of your mouth or having both femurs snapped. What a terrible, terrible thing. Okay, so on this front, Glenn Beck is right. So for Hannity, like, oh yeah, well, if you don't vote for Trump, it's your fucking fault that he lost. Yeah. Okay, no, this is the same shit that the Hillary voters try to pull on Bernie Sanders supporters. Like, oh yeah, if Hillary loses, it's your goddamn fault. How about that? No, how about she was a shitty candidate who didn't represent our values, so therefore she couldn't get enough of us to vote for her. How about you put it on her because she's not entitled to our vote. She has to earn our vote. But this idea of like, you guys are failing the great leader Hillary. No, she's failing us. If she did a good enough job, they'd vote for her. So, and it's the same thing with Trump. You know, Hannity's blaming all Republicans who are like, I don't know about that. No, what about Donald Trump himself, who hasn't given them a message or a reason or something they could really get behind? So, yes, first and foremost, the responsibility is Donald Trump. Mitt Romney lost in 2012. Whose fault was that? Fucking Mitt Romney's fault. That's whose fault it was. Him and his team. They sucked. Mr. Robotic Senior Citizen Kendall over there couldn't garner enough support. So, yeah, Glenn Beck is right on this front. However, I will add a caveat here at the end. Glenn Beck and Mark Levin and all these other goofballs who are in the Never Trump movement, they thought Ted Cruz would be a better candidate. Okay, number one, Ted Cruz would get blown out by even more than Donald Trump is losing by right now. In fact, Donald Trump is still hanging in there right now in the race, even though he's down. Number two, Ted Cruz is worse policy-wise. I still believe that. Ted Cruz has all the downsides of Donald Trump with the cherry on top of he's also going to try to usher in Christian theocracy and make us the Christian Saudi Arabia. So, and even on some issues, Donald Trump has way better rhetoric. Donald Trump against TPP, not cutting Social Security, things like that. I don't believe him on those things. I think he'll do all the bad things. But his rhetoric makes sense. Ted Cruz was like, I need to cut your Social Security, man. As if that's like a fucking resonating thing. Oh, I can't wait to vote for him and for him to take money out of my pocket. Nobody fucking likes that. So he's just worse than Trump across the board. And the people who are like, he was the one. God, they're so stupid. So in terms of like who's less sucky, even though they're both a disaster, Trump is less sucky than Cruz. So I think Hannity's right on that because he's been Team Trump from the beginning. But in terms of whose fault is it if they lose, it's Trump's fault if Trump loses. Okay, you got to stop blaming, and the Hillary people too. Stop blaming the Bernie people because Hillary's a shitty candidate. Get that through your heads.